You're not going to believe what's brewing behind the scenes in Los Angeles right now. A fan favorite name tied to Harbaugh might be on the chopping block. A trade rumor just exposed way more than anyone expected. And one controversial decision may have just saved the Chargers from a multi-million-dollar disaster. But is the team playing smart or playing scared? Big moves are happening, and the fallout could shake the whole roster. So, what do you think? Are the front office calls earning your trust or testing your last nerve? Buckle up. Let's get into it. Some decisions hurt deeper than fans realize. And today, Jim Harbaugh might be facing one of the hardest calls of his entire coaching career. We're talking about Hassan Haskins, the same guy Harbaugh helped shape back at Michigan, a key piece in one of college football's toughest ground games. For anyone who followed the Wolverines, Haskins meant toughness, grit, and quiet leadership. But time moves fast, and the NFL doesn't care about sentiment. No matter the history or respect between them, Haskins is now at serious risk of being cut. And it's not from lack of effort. It's because the running back room just got way too crowded. Last season, he sat behind J.K. Dobbins and just Edwards as the third option. He didn't light up the stat sheet, but he stayed valuable on special teams, the kind of role coaches love, even if fans barely notice. Still, the numbers don't lie. In 2024, Haskins posted just 34 carries for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's modest production, especially for a guy with his past. And now, things look totally different in LA. The team signed Najee Harris, a blockbuster offseason move. They drafted Omarion Hampton, a high-upside rookie. And then they added Raheem Sanders as an undrafted free agent who's already turning heads at practice. Translation, the Chargers' backfield is stacked, young, and brutally competitive. Gavino Borquez from Chargers Wire didn't sugarcoat it. He wrote, Haskins is a plus on special teams, but he's going to have to beat out guys with more burst and upside. Basically, history with the coach means nothing if you can't prove you belong every single snap. And here's where it gets painful, because Harbaugh has always been about loyalty. He respects players who buy in, bleed for the team, and never complain. But he's also a winner. And deep down, he knows that to build a title contender, sometimes you have to break emotional ties. So that leaves fans torn. Is it worth keeping a trusted vet for the sake of chemistry and leadership? Or is it time to hand the reins to the next generation and deal with the growing pains? Meanwhile, Hassan Haskins keeps grinding. No drama, no excuses, just trying to earn his spot. But let's be real, with each passing day, it feels like Harbaugh is being pushed toward a move that'll hurt more than most. And that's just the beginning. Because if that story hit you hard, wait till you hear what's going down with a trade that almost shook up the whole league.
You ever feel like something huge is about to happen, then your team slams the brakes? That's exactly what it felt like when Jalen Ramsey's name started floating around. One of the most feared cornerbacks of the last decade. A guy who changes the energy the second he steps on the field. And the wildest part? He reportedly wanted to come to the West Coast. Chargers were on his short list. And then, nothing. As rumors picked up steam, it became clear one side was stalling. Cody Benjamin from CBS Sports dropped the hammer. It looks like someone's being cheap in the talks, and it's probably the Chargers. And the reason? You guessed it, money. Ramsey's 30 years old, and his contract is no joke. His 2025 cap hit is $16.7 million, rising to over $36 million by 2028. That's a huge bet, especially for a GM like Joe Hortiz, who's made it clear he prefers lower-risk moves with high return. And that's the tension. Because while the Rams, our neighbors, keep swinging big to win now, the Chargers went the opposite direction. They chose youth, value, depth over headlines. The additions of Tarhabe Still and Cam Hart reflect that mindset. Build a solid unit without blowing up the salary cap. But that comes at a cost. The cost of watching another team land the game changer we could have had. What stings even more, the Chargers had close to $90 million in cap space this offseason, and their splashiest move? Re-signing Kelly O'Mac. No Deebo Samuel, no DK Metcalf, just silence. And that raises a brutal question. Are the Chargers being smart or just scared? There's no easy answer. Playing it safe might protect us down the road, but how do you compete with AFC powerhouses if you never make bold moves? Ramsey's off the board now, but this isn't just about a trade. It's about the team's identity, their mindset, their courage, or the lack of it to go all in for a title run. And here's the twist. That cautious call might have saved us from a complete meltdown. Because what happened next might be the Chargers' smartest play of the year. What if I told you the best move of the Chargers offseason was doing nothing? It sounds crazy, right? Especially with all the heat on the front office for staying quiet. According to a top NFL executive, that silence saved Los Angeles from a financial and on-field disaster.
The Ramsey deal? He didn't land in L.A. Not with the Chargers, not with the Rams. He ended up with the Steelers. And fans were quick to rage. There goes another star we let slip away. But behind the scenes, it was a different story. Colder, sharper, more realistic. Eric Williams from Fox Sports quoted a league GM who didn't hold back. Ramsey at safety is interesting, but not at that price. Then he dropped the line that says it all. He's still a starter, but not worth that kind of money anymore. And that money is no joke. In 2025, the Steelers are paying Ramsey $26.6 million. And in the final year of his deal, a $30.6 million cap hit. That's a ticking time bomb sitting in Pittsburgh's locker room. Now imagine if that contract had landed here. Ramsey's 30, and the wear's showing. Last season with the Dolphins, he played every game, but didn't make the Pro Bowl. The first time that's happened since his rookie year. 60 tackles, 2 picks, 11 pass breakups. Solid stats, but nowhere near his prime. Meanwhile, Dante Jackson and Tarheeb Still are holding it down in our secondary. Sure, we need more depth, but mortgaging the team's future for a declining star? Someone in the building had the guts to say no. And this isn't just about Ramsey. It's a pattern. The Chargers also passed on DK Metcalf and George Pickens. Controversial choices? No doubt. But maybe, just maybe, they're part of a bigger plan, a long-term strategy that stings now but saves us later. Yeah, fans are tired of playing it safe. But what if that caution was the only thing keeping us from another billion-dollar mistake? Sometimes the smartest move is the one you never make. At the surface, this offseason might look like a letdown, but now that the contracts are signed, the numbers are public, and the risks are clear, you can see the front office wasn't asleep. They were just refusing to walk into a trap. And that changes everything. But we're not done yet, because with this trio of choices, an emotional goodbye, a frozen trade, and a quiet win, the Chargers' landscape just shifted, and now it's your turn. Today laid it all bare. The weight of loyalty, the danger of bold moves, the power of restraint. Harbaugh might have to cut one of his own. Ramsey split the fan base, and the front office just might have dodged a financial nuke. But here's the final question. Are the Chargers building something real, or are they just dodging responsibility? Drop your take in the comments, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. Because this war in Los Angeles, it's just getting started.